Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos are no strangers to the spotlight. As longtime Hollywood power players and, more recently, co-hosts of Live with Kelly and Mark, the married duo has built their reputation on being candid, witty, and unafraid to showcase their real-life chemistry on live television. Fans tune in daily not just for the celebrity interviews and lifestyle segments but also for the couple's unscripted, often hilarious, moments that feel more like peeking into a family breakfast table than watching a morning talk show. But during a recent broadcast, something unusual happened, something many fans didn't quite notice in the moment. Hidden in the whirlwind of chatter, laughter, and quick camera cuts, Kelly Ripa had a shocking reaction to an announcement from her husband. Mark Consuelos casually dropped a career update that caught Kelly off guard, and her face said it all. Those who blinked may have missed it, but for the sharp-eyed and loyal live audience, the look on Kelly's face spoke volumes. Mark Consuelos' big news: it all began innocently enough. The hosts were moving through their usual host chat segment, that familiar space at the beginning of every episode where Kelly and Mark riff about their personal lives, the latest trending topics, and the occasional family anecdote about their children, Michael, Lola, and Joaquin. On this particular morning, Mark steered the conversation toward his career, something he doesn't always spotlight while on the show. He's best known for his acting roles in All My Children, Riverdale, and a variety of guest appearances across television and film. But recently, he's been quietly working behind the scenes on a new project, one that merges his passion for storytelling with his business savvy. Without much buildup, Mark revealed that he'd signed on to produce and possibly star in a major new streaming series. The project, which insiders are already calling a game-changer, will take him back into the world of scripted drama, an area many fans have missed seeing him in since his days as Hiram Lodge on Riverdale. The announcement itself drew polite applause from the in-studio audience, but the real headline moment was Kelly's face. Kelly's shocked reaction as soon as the words left Mark's mouth. The camera cut to Kelly, who was caught completely off guard. Her eyes widened, her jaw nearly dropped, and for a split second, she froze in her seat. Then came the nervous laugh. Kelly, always quick with her wit, managed to spin the moment into a joke, teasing her husband about how he had never mentioned the update to her at home. "You know," she quipped, forcing a smile. "It's nice to hear these things when the rest of America does. I guess I should start watching live to find out what's happening in my own marriage." The audience roared with laughter, but fans who know Kelly well spotted the undercurrent of genuine surprise. Unlike their usual rehearsed banter, this was real. Why it was so surprising: Mark and Kelly have been married for nearly 3 decades. They've built their brand on transparencies, sometimes oversharing to the delight of their fans. From funny stories about their kids to candid conversations about marriage, intimacy, and even arguments, the couple usually keeps no secrets when it comes to their daily lives. That's why this revelation hit differently. For Kelly not to know that Mark had officially signed on to such a big project was unusual. It begged the question, did Mark intentionally keep it under wraps to create a live television moment? Or was it a simple case of forgot to mention it in the chaos of family life? Either way, the spontaneity made for great television but also left fans speculating about what might be going on behind the scenes. Fans react online almost immediately after the episode aired. Social media lit up. Clips of Kelly's reaction circulated on Twitter, X, Instagram, and TikTok. Some fans laughed along with the couple's dynamic, calling it classic Kelly and Mark and praising them for keeping things authentic. Others, however, picked up on the subtle tension. One viewer tweeted, "Kelly's face when Mark announced his project. Priceless. She had no idea. That was real shock." Another fan wrote on Instagram, "I love how, even after 27 years of marriage, these two can still surprise each other, but Kelly looked like she was about to fall off her chair." Theories spread quickly. Was Kelly upset that Mark didn't tell her sooner? Was it a carefully planned bit to spice up the morning? Or did the couple genuinely experience an unscripted marital surprise on live television? The career move. What it means for Mark Consuelos. This update signals an exciting new chapter. After years of balancing acting gigs with his growing role as co-host of Live, he's now stepping into producing, a move that could give him more creative control and a bigger stake in the projects he chooses. This isn't entirely out of the blue. Mark has long been interested in production, working behind the scenes on smaller projects in the past. But a large-scale streaming drama suggests he's ready to cement himself as more than just an on-screen presence, and the possibility That he might star in the show adds another layer. For fans who miss his acting, this is thrilling news. For Kelly, however, it might raise questions about how they'll balance the demands of his new schedule with the daily grind of Liv. Kelly and Mark's balancing act being married, raising 3 kids, and co-hosting a daily morning show is already a monumental juggling act. Add a high-profile acting and producing commitment, and things get even more complicated. Kelly has often joked about Mark's inability to sit still, describing him as someone who thrives on having multiple projects at once. She, meanwhile, has hinted at being more protective of their time together, especially now that they're working side by side on Live. So when Mark casually announced his new project without Kelly's prior knowledge, it wasn't just a career update, it was a glimpse into the real-life negotiations of a high-profile marriage. Fans sensed that her shock wasn't only about being surprised but also about realizing how this new development might affect their shared routine. Why this moment resonated with fans? The reason Kelly's reaction resonated so deeply with fans is simple. It was relatable. Every couple, no matter how glamorous, has those moments when one partner drops a bombshell the other wasn't expecting. Whether it's a job change, a new project, or even a household decision, surprises like this happen in real marriages every day. Seeing it unfold on live television between 2 celebrities who are usually so in sync reminded viewers that Kelly and Mark are human. They may live in the spotlight, but they still deal with the same surprises, miscommunications, and adjustments that regular couples face. It also added a layer of authenticity to Liv. Morning talk shows often feel overly polished, but this moment proved that not everything is scripted. Fans love Kelly and Mark precisely because they let those real-life dynamics shine through. What's next for the couple? Since the announcement, speculation has grown about how Kelly and Mark will navigate this new chapter. Will Kelly play a role in the project, perhaps even producing alongside Mark? Will they discuss it more openly on Live in future episodes? Industry insiders suggest that Kelly may, in fact, support the project wholeheartedly once the initial surprise wears off. She has always championed Mark's career moves, and the two have a long history of working together professionally, dating back to their days on All My Children. Still, fans will be watching closely, not just to see how Mark's new project develops, but also to catch glimpses of how Kelly reacts along the way. After all, her unfiltered honesty is part of what makes her one of daytime television's most beloved personalities. Conclusion: a moment that defined their chemistry in the grand scheme of things. Mark's career update and Kelly's shocked reaction may seem like a small blip in the daily flow of Liv, but for fans, it was a moment that captured everything they love about the show and about Kelly and Mark as a couple. It was unscripted, unexpected, and undeniably human. Kelly's expression said what many spouses have felt at one point or another. "Wait, you didn't tell me about this." And in that moment, viewers were reminded why they keep tuning in. Beyond the celebrity interviews and cooking segments, Live with Kelly and Mark thrives on authenticity. Whether it's laughter, shock, or even a hint of frustration, Kelly and Mark's real reactions are what make the show shine. If Mark's new career move is as big as it sounds, this is only the beginning of another fascinating chapter in their journey, one that fans will be eager to watch unfold, both on and off screen.